Hello, how you doing? You're welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Bamoropo by name. I'm the founder of Smart Panel Farms here in Abuja, Nigeria. Today we'll be looking at poultry farm management. If you're a first timer in my YouTube channel, click on the subscribe button. Or if you are here before, thank you so very much for watching the video, for your comments, for your reviews. Thank you so very much. Today we'll be looking at poultry farm management. What exactly is poultry farm management? Most of the time, I tell people all the time, people see all these things as structures in the farm. They cannot give you money. Structures cannot give you money. Even in your poultry farm or in your business, structures don't give money, but it's the operations that give money, right? Come, let me show you something. So this is our farm here. We're about to start operations very soon. I'm super excited. This is our battery cage. You just take from it and now. This is our battery cage. We're setting our battery cage. We put our lighting systems and everything. But please let me show you this thing. These whole things we've done are structures. As a poultry farmer or a business owner, don't be carried away with structures, bragging on, have you seen my farm? I built this, I built that. All these things will not give you money. What will give you money is a strategy in the structure. That is what is going to give you money. Most people ask me in my business class, in my coaching class, so how do I do XYZ in my poultry farm? So that's why today we're looking at poultry farm management. How do I manage my poultry farm? How do I manage this thing I'm going to share with you in this session? Is going to be revealing. You're going to get value for it. I say, if you are new, hit the subscribe button. And so let's hit it on. So what is poultry farm management? Because of this board, I'll fix this board and share with you. Poultry farm management. I'll call this P management. So what you do for me, go get your pen and your biro. I'm going to list out 6 strategies you can use to manage your farm. I'll look at what is known as business model canvas for poultry farming and other businesses. So the first thing you need to understand is that I've been doing this for quite some while, for going to about for some years and co. You must understand that success in business is not about the cash you have in your account. It's not about the skills. It's not about your structure. Success in business is about how intentional are you. How intentional are you? This thing I'm going to share with you today is what I've used to build my Smart Panel facility management. If you can check the website, just type Smart Panel. It's what I've used to do a lot of things. My cleaning company, my consulting with my wonderful team. So the first thing we're looking at here, one, when it comes to what strategies, I'm going to show you strategies to manage your poultry farm. The first one is people strategy. People strategy. That's the first one you need to understand. In poultry farming or in any business, your people strategy is the number one thing you need to first and foremost focus your attention on. This strategy I'm sharing with you is something that if you get it right, it's fantastic. Now, under your people strategy as a farmer or as a business owner, but I'll be focusing more on poultry farm in this session. People strategy has to do with one, who are the people you are bringing on board in your poultry farm? Number one, you, yourself. Let's put CEO. Number two, the next person you need in your farm is your vet doctor. Then number three, you talk about your farm attendant. Number five, you talk about your farm security. So these 4 people are basically the people you need in your farm. Anything outside this is overhead cost. So who you can add under your people strategy again, you talk about your sales rep. Then you talk about who again? Your admin officer. These are the major key people you need in your farm. But if you are not doing yours as big as our own, Yourself can double up as your sales rep, as your admin officer, and what? Your farm attendant. But no minding, you must ensure you have your vet doctor, someone who has a veterinary skills in birds management. You just need to need these people. So that's why I'm looking at. These are the people you need money. You yourself as the CEO, the equity contributor. We'll talk about the vet doctor. We'll talk about your farm attendants who will attend to your birds, your fish, that everything. These are the people you look at. Do not look at your farm security. Someone that need to be on ground to help you look at your farm from time to time. Okay, at night, what happens around these things? Now we'll be looking at your sales rep, people that takes your chicken, either frozen chicken or live chicken. Either you are selling egg for meat, either you are selling eggs or you're selling your old layers. Whatever that has to do with sales, this person should handle it. Then this other, your admin officer, should be someone who is in charge of your stock inventory. What do you have in your store? What did you produce yesterday for your egg? How many layers, how many boilers, or let's say how many boilers did you produce in the last 6 weeks? These are questions you need to ask yourself when it comes to proper farm management. So now I'm talking about the people strategy. You need to be very, 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 very intentional when it comes to your people strategy, because people strategy is the backbone and is the life drive wire for every farm. What is the strategy are you having to recruit, to get people to help you run your poultry farm? Now talking about people strategy, the next one we're looking at your finance strategy. We're looking at what? Your finance strategy. How do you intend to generate income for your business? How do you intend to generate income for your poultry farm? Source of revenue. Now we're looking at things like revenue stream. What are the revenue stream do you have in mind to get from your poultry farm? So you can see that poultry management goes way beyond just building your structure, bringing your birds, giving them vaccination. No, you need these strategies to know what to do. Look at the people strategy. You're not going to talk about finance strategy. How do you intend to get money? You need minimum 5 streams of income from your poultry farm. 1, it can come from sales of eggs. 2, it can come from sales of meat. 3, it can come from sales of recycle coil layers you want to sell after they finish producing layers. Then 4, it can come from consultation. Like here, I do consultation in my poultry farm where I show people on what to do. I show people on consultation on poultry farming. Then consultation, it can come from feed production also. Feed production. It can also come from fish, if you are doing fish. So here in our farm, these are our stream of income. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 streams of income here in our poultry farm. So we're not just depending on selling eggs or producing frozen chicken through our boilers. These are streams of income. So let me now ask you, what is your finance strategy in your poultry farm? What is your finance strategy in that business you are doing right now? You need a finance strategy. How do you intend to multiply? How do you intend to grow your finance? So you building a poultry pen is fantastic. Kudos, well done. But the question do you have a strategy like this? So we've talked about people strategy, we've talked about finance strategy. Then let me clean this one off quickly. I want us to do this quickly. We've talked about finance strategy. The next one I'll be looking at 3. What is your marketing strategy? What is your marketing strategy? Marketing strategy. How do you intend to show what you are doing to your target market? This marketing strategy. Most of our marketers will just believe after producing my egg, I'll just take and go and sell. No, that is why your business or your poultry farm is still struggling. You need to have a marketing strategy. How many times a week do you sell? Is it Monday and Fridays? How do you want to run Facebook advertisements? Do you need a social media presence? Do you want to have vendors that come to your farm to pick your eggs from when to time, you need to ask yourself what strategy marketing that work for your communities where your farm is currently located. These are things you need to ask yourself. What exactly is your marketing strategy? We've talked about the people strategy, we've talked about the finance strategy. Now we're talking about the marketing strategy. Your branding. How do you intend to brand? Not just having the fact you have a registered company, you have branded nylon for your thing. It cannot convert to money. So you need to have a strategy that works. What is the selling rate in your environment? How do you bring down your cost for feed production? Do you want to make your own feed? Do you want to have partnership agreement with the feed producers that can reduce these things? All these things fall under your marketing strategy. Then we'll be looking at 4. We'll now be looking at your operational strategy. Operational strategy. This is very vital. Operational strategy. This is where most people always fail in poultry farming and businesses. What is your standard of procedure? What time of the day do you pick your egg? Like here in our farm, we feed our birds 6 a.m. in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, 6 p.m. in the evening. That is our feeding strategy. Our egg picking strategy starts from, we do our egg picking strategy immediately. Once it's 5, we pick. Then anything after 6, we don't pick for that day again. So you need to have operational strategy. You need to have a standard of procedure. What time do you do vaccination? How do you give them water? Do you give them water around 10 p.m. in the night before they go to bed, before the birds start sleeping? What is the light strategies? These are things falling under operational strategy. At what point do you want to do all these things in your farm? You need to understand this. You need to have these strategies. Operational strategy. How do you intend to pay your staff salaries? Is it once in a month? Is it twice in a month? You need to understand this falls under operational strategy. Standard of procedures. How should this thing be done? This thing now, these are feeders, these are drinkers. You need to, okay, fine. At what point do you do maintenance? Like this, everything, this our cage, and we tend doing maintenance here twice a month. Change the nipples that are bad. Look at these feeders, change these drinkers, this bulb. You need to have an operational strategy of maintaining what you need to do. This is number 1. The next one I'll be looking at also here, we'll be looking at time strategy. Time strategy. Sorry, I'm writing because I could have stayed here, but because that's why you see I'm writing from this direction. What time strategy do you have? Do you have a strategy that actually works for you when it comes to time? What time do your staff resume? What time do they close? What time of the weather do you pick your eggs? Can you like you see our farm now? Let me show you something quickly here. You will see we deliberately planted all these things in our farms here, like all this natural tree, to enable us do what? Heat controls. What time of the season? Dry season is coming. You need to ask yourself these questions. How do you control heat? These are time, weathers and seasons. During heat time, you see these birds, they drink a whole lot of waters. These are time strategy. You need to be able to understand at what time do you have disease outbreak, the Bongora, the Newcastle disease. You need to understand this whole thing. That is time strategy in your farm. So now we're able to look at all these 5 strategies: people strategy, finance strategy, marketing strategy. We talked about operational strategy, we talked about marketing strategy, we talked about the time strategy. Now we'll now be looking at trainings. As a farm operator, you need to attend trainings. You need to look at how should you grow in all these things. Attend trainings, understand, read, know these things. So the next one we're looking at here would be, now talking about poultry management. Today I'm not talking about your vaccine, I'm not talking about vaccination, I'm not talking about feed production, we're talking about operational strategy that can make your business gain balance. What I'm talking about today, I'm not going to talk about feed production, I'm going to talk about I'm just talking about the strategy you can put in place to understand this thing. Now we're looking at what? Your business model canvas. Business model canvas. This business model canvas is something you must understand in your poultry farm. It's a 9-block thing you need to understand. Once you understand this 9 block, it goes a long way to help you stabilize, normalize your business operation in your farm. So business modeling canvas is something that, see, when it comes to poultry or any business, I always tell people in my coaching class or business class that you must seek for knowledge. You must go for knowledge. Don't see the fact you have money in your account is not enough. I can tell you it's better you grow $200 to $1 million than you have $1 million that reduced down to $500. And the difference about these two things going up and coming down is the amount of knowledge you have access to. So when it comes to poultry farming, is not exempted from this whole thing. That's what I'm talking about business model canvas now. So what business model canvas we're looking at here? This place is known as, I told you it's a 9-block. Write it down. Yes, value proposition. Value proposition is about asking yourself, what are you going to offer to your target market in your poultry farm? What is that thing that differentiates you from other poultries around you? What is that thing that differentiates your farm from every other farms around you? These are things you should be thinking as the owner of the business. Not just about I'm stocking my bed, I need the money for my bed, I want to sell egg, I want to sell meat. No, it's way more than those things. You should not be thinking that direction. So under your business, under your operation, you have two things: product and service. So you should be thinking in your poultry farm, what are the products I want to be selling? You want to sell egg, you want to sell layers, you want to sell frozen food, you want to do that. Under the services, you need to be thinking of, you want to be doing consultation, you want to put people through coaching on how to start their businesses, how to structure their editing. Those are the two things you can do under your poultry farming. So you need to understand the whole picture of this thing. After that, next time I'll be looking at customer segmentation. Customer segmentation. Who are your customers? You need to light down your customers. Number one, under your customer segmentation on here, you'll be looking at who are people that are coming to buy your eggs. People that bake, bakers, people that have hotel. You'll be looking at boarding houses, people that have schools, people that have fast food, people that are the open market vendors, people that sell in the market. You need to list out minimum 10 of your target markets you want to be selling to. These are the people you will now walk in through your sales rep to start selling your products from your farm. These are things you need to understand here about your poultry farm. Not just about running and saying, I want to start a poultry farm. You know, I have this, I have passion, I have money. No, you must understand this thing. If not, you will deflate from $1 million, $500,000 down to $0. So back to it. Now you've talked about your market, your customer segmentation. You now be looking at the one thing: customer relationship, CRM. I talk about this. This is your value proposition, your customer segmentation. You now be looking at what? Your CRM. How do you intend to connect with your target market? Do you want to be selling on credits to them? They come pick your frozen food, your chickens, your egg, and sell back the money when they are done selling? Or they must pay cash? Or do you want to sell 10 crates and get 1 crate free? What is your price strategy? These are things you need to ask yourself about your farm. It's not just about saying I have a farm. So these are things that you need to understand clearly before or during, either you are starting your poultry farm or you are about to, or you're already there. You need to go back and reassess this whole thing. This is what makes you a CEO, not just a title, not just firing and hiring, not just shouting around. No. Then after looking at your customer relationship, now next time you're looking at your channel of distribution. Channel of distribution. How do you intend to distribute your production to the market? Will they come pick it inside your farm, or you have days of the week you have to take it to the market for them? These are questions you need to ask yourself. These are questions you need to write down and understand. If you can get this right in your poultry farm, I'm so sure you will smile to the bank every time. Then now you've talked about it. Now we'll be looking at what? We've talked about, I told you it was going to be 9. Yeah, we'll now come back here and we'll be looking at your key activities, key key activities. What are those things do you want to be doing in your farm on a daily basis? You need to write those things down. We're talking about some of procedure. In the morning, are you coming to check this waste here? Like this now. In the morning, these are your key activities. Check all these cages. Are they still in good shapes? Your drinkers, your feeders, these are your key activities. You check your lighting, you check your environment, you check your beds. Are they giving them the vaccines? Are they giving them the drugs? Your veterinary doctor, what is your schedule like for giving them vaccine? Is every 21st of every month? These are key activities in your business. You must know them. Then you're not looking at the next one. Key resources. Key what? Resources. What are those things you need in the day-to-day activities to run your business? Number one, you need a charcoal for your brooding. You need your feed. You need your cage. These are key resources. You need to have extra of these drinkers. In case if they get bad, you need to replace them. What are the key resources you need? You need sawdust so that you won't shaving. You remove these things. You need all these key resources. You need the beds where your staff can stay. These are key resources in your poultry farm. You need to list these things out. What are the operational expenses like? What are the recurring expenses? You need to list all these things out. Then you'll not be looking at here again. We'll be looking at key partners. Who are the people you need in your business? Your key partners should be the food producer, the farmer helping you to get your original maize to produce your feed, your sellers, the people that comes to buy from you in bulk. These are your key partners. Your vet doctor, the doctor that comes to help you check your birds from time to time. These are your key partners. Also, you'll be looking at also your staffs. Your staffs are your key partners. I talk about the vet doctor, I talk about your sales reps, I talk about your admin officer, and I talk about who again? Yourself. These are the key partners in the business. If you have investors, good and fine. Remember I say it's a 9 block we're looking at. Talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 to go. Here we'll now be looking at what? Your cost structure. Your cost structure. How is your cost structure like? How much do you pay for salary every month? How much do you spend in feeding? How much do you spend in vaccination? How much do you spend in drugs? How much do you spend to get water? How much do you spend to get electricity? How much do you spend for advertisement? These are your cost structure. You should be able to write these things down as a poultry owner. Don't just say, I have a business, I know I'm spending a lot in my business. No, these are things we do in our farm here. You are not, stop thinking survivor in your farm. You will get broke over a period of time in your poultry farm if all you think is to survive. If all you think is to just get money to pay your children's school fees, pay your bill, do all those things, you will get broke with time. Think about building empire. Think about building sustainable business. These are things you need to understand when it comes to poultry farming. Now you're able to list out your cost structure. Now I'm looking at what? The last one. Revenue stream. I told you the minimum revenue stream is allowed in your poultry farm is 6. Talk about selling of your egg, talk about selling of your frozen food, talk about recalling, selling your layers that are old, talk about doing consultation, talk about doing coaching, talk about feed production. That is 6 already. These are things that you should be looking at. But if your only stream of income is selling your bed, or selling frozen food, or selling your eggs, pressure will come. Costs shoot up every day. And one thing about poultry farming, if you are trying to minimize cost, the cost will cut you. Don't allow the cost cut you, because if the cost cut you, you regret it. So you must understand this thing. Now you've talked about this 9 block, looking at your revenue stream together. But unfortunately, people that come to my business coaching sessions in poultry farming, in other fashion area coaching, they always want to start their business for how much will I get? I know you must have got to go. You must have got to put how much do I make in poultry farm. People are always after the profits, not asking how will they get all these things done in their farm. So, which category are you? Are you just starting your poultry farm? You are thinking of expansion, or things went wrong, you are trying to get back. these are the information. I've talked about the 6 strategies you need in growing your poultry farm, and I've talked about the business model canvas you need to sustain your poultry. So today, thank you very much for being part of this channel. In this video, I'll be leaving 2 videos. Here in the left hand side, I'll be leaving a video of how to start and run a poultry business, and here I'll be dropping on that video of farm tour of my poultry farm, here how we did everything. So thank you very much for staying with us. Hit the subscribe button and keep watching us. Send us your review, show us your comment. If you have any topic you want us to review in this channel, let me know. Thank you very much. I'm Ibrahim Orokpe by name, and here we do. Let me show you something as we begin to round up in our farm. Here is our poultry farm. Let me show you something. This is our admin. This is a 1,000 tank we put down for drinkers. I showed you something before. Yes, our managers of this our manager's place where he's to stay. You must make your staff comfortable. Very, very important. So this is our place. Let me show you something else again. Okay, let me show you our brooding place. Here is for our boilers. Yes, our layers. Here we're putting our layers. We're bringing our beds hopefully very soon. Then here is horticulture. You must have a green veterinary area, because when heat comes, it affects your bed, and if you cannot really do all these things where it affects the production. So it's not just about giving your birds feed, but it's for you making the environment enabling for them. Then also this is our generator house. Let me show you our store. Now this store, you need a good working store where you can put and store things. Like this is a store we can using. We'll put in our frozen chicken here. And also let me show you something again quickly. So here's our poultry where we're using for our fish farming. Yeah, this section here, please show them again. This section is just only for our layers for egg production, our admin office, our staff area, our store, our generator house, and our brooding house here. That's what we'll be doing in this whole area. Here is for our brooding. Also, let me show you. Let me show you our brooding. Here is for brooding. So we're going to use this. This is our charcoal pot. We're going out for our brooding. Then this is solar light we put. This solar, this heat. This solar, this heat. These are to help us heat up these whole areas. Okay, so thank you very much. Then let me show our abattoir. We're then doing frozen food also. So this is our abattoir. Sorry. Good. So this is what we tend to use for our abattoir for frozen food. We kill the chickens here, we slaughter it and bring them here. So thank you very much. I remain your channel host Ibrahim Orokpe from Swampernest Farms, and I'm a business consultant. Thank you for subscribing for our channel and keep watching. I hope to see your review. Bye.